It begins with anticipation. It's built on preparation. For the city of Barcelona, throwing one of the world's biggest parties starts with the cloud. Powered by Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Azure and SQL Server, this cloud helps ensure all voices are heard, and the festival goes off without a hitch. This cloud turns chaos into clockwork. This is the Microsoft Cloud.
Welcome to ZDNet Cloud TV. Now, it's common to hear about how companies can benefit from moving to cloud. But exactly what type of numbers are we looking at? To help break down the details, I'm speaking with Forrester Senior Analyst Clement Teo. Hi, Clement.
Hi.
First, let's run through some of the top 6 benefits you have in mind.
So for us, we see 6 benefits to the cloud. The first one is agility. The second one, mobility. The third, automation. The fourth is cost efficiency. The fifth, elasticity. And lastly, security. So if you added up all the acronyms, it sounds like a maze. But I think it's an easy way to remember these things.
And you mentioned cost efficiency. What type of numbers are you looking at?
So we did a survey of about 2,000 CIOs last couple of years with in ASEAN, right? And their appetite for hardware spending has dropped. In 2012, about 21% of them said they would spend, a portion of their IT budget on hardware. 21% of their IT budget. Last year, it dropped to 16%. So we see this move or this drop of 5% as an indication that they're seeing the benefits of moving to the cloud on a very tight IT budget. The IT budget growth in ASEAN is not very high. It ranges to about 6.8%, 7%. So with a limited budget, they have to make the best use of that. And one easy way to do that is to move some of the workloads to the cloud, reduce hardware spend, reduce footprint, virtualize their servers, and increase the efficiency of their data centers.
So you're seeing more companies moving from CAPEX to OPEX?
Definitely, yes. Because the subscription model is very attractive when you don't have to put cash up front to get the same efficiencies that you need. And you don't have to worry about building it because someone else can help you do the same job, especially the cloud service providers.
Okay, you mentioned agility as well. Have you got some case studies to show what type of potential value you can get back from moving to cloud?
Sure. So agility is all about speed, right? So CIOs traditionally are slower in making a decision on buying something or launching something within the organization. So if someone from marketing says, I need to run a campaign tomorrow, can you help me launch some servers where I can use it? CIOs will say, but I need to order it, I need to buy it, I need to provision it, I need to make sure it's secure. They will say, forget it, I'll just hand my credit card over, get somebody help me with the cloud service. So the agility part plays well to the CIO agenda because it helps them support the business growth, right? In Forrester, we see that this is the age of the customer, which means power to consume goods and services has been handed back to the consumer, right? Because now they have mobile devices at their fingertips, they have information at their fingertips, and they have the ability to change and switch their service providers at will, right? So instead of a company owning the end user or the consumer, it's the other way around. The consumer now owns the company, and companies would be only honored to be owned by a consumer. So I think that has changed or put power back into the hands of the consumers, and companies now are at the mercy of consumers who can switch out easily, right? The only way to keep up is to be able to respond to them quickly with the right kind of services, with the right kind of customer experience. So for us, we see 4 pillars that will help companies drive this. You need a mobile experience, you need a digital data, you need a big data analytical kind of platform, you need a digital platform to run these, and you need to improve the customer experience.
So you mentioned agility, kind of ties into elasticity in terms of how fast how much faster it is to deploy updates or applications. But are you talking about maybe a cut from months to maybe days? Is it that drastic?
It is, yes. So basically, when I speak about elasticity, it's about scale. So certain times you need the compute power that you may not have in one location, but now you're drawing resources from a resource pool. So basically, it's a scale that you can run it. And you think about crunching numbers in real time, for example, you can do it in hours or even minutes versus days, right? So for example, the LTA here worked with EMC and a couple other companies to try and derive traffic data, but at real time at scale. These kinds of activities would not have been possible, right, to churn without the kind of scale we're talking about in the cloud. Right, so the big data analytics that they need to monitor traffic flows, for example.
Of course, one big theme is mobility. How is cloud coming into this space?
I think mobility is very important. A lot of workers now access their corporate email through a mobile device. They may access corporate data through a mobile device. So the ability to put everything into a cloud and store it securely and manage it from a central location, and at the same time allow the company workers and employees to access that, improves the productivity, improves the ability to also close sales, for example. So you can call down corporate data when you're doing a sales pitch instead of having to go back to the office and then send someone an email. So all that improves the speed, the productivity, and the potential success of your sales force.
Okay. So in terms of maybe the front runners of cloud adopters, do we see more companies with frontline staff moving to cloud first? What type of profile are we looking at?
I think a lot of companies already have elements of cloud adoption. The most obvious one is the email itself, right? Be it Gmail, Microsoft 365, or even a corporate email access. A lot of companies already use cloud even if they do not actually see it as cloud. The next phase of users, okay, so we see software as a service as a big driver for cloud, right? Be it email, be it like HRM, which is HR type of applications, or CRM like Salesforce, for example, and stuff like that. So sales, software as a service will drive a lot of adoption of cloud because of the way it's been run and the access in terms of mobility access. The second phase would be in terms of the cost efficiencies, elasticity, and automation, as I spoke about, and these would drive the infrastructure as a service kind of adoption. So the next phase would be in companies looking at IaaS as the de facto cloud standard. We see that a lot of companies would build private clouds, then look at public clouds as a cloud bursting kind of capabilities. But in the end, it will be a hybrid model that will exist for lots of companies right now.
I'm just thinking as well in terms of company size. Will smaller companies without the legacy systems and whatnot be able to reap more potential benefits?
Definitely. Companies without legacy infrastructure, for example, they would definitely embrace the cloud because it is the most natural thing to do. The constituents of cloud adoption are no longer your traditional IT companies, or traditional companies with IT departments, but even SMEs. The first instance of adoption will be a cloud-based service. So they are natural recipients of cloud services.
So those with the legacy systems, the bigger companies, they will be the ones who will have a harder time moving?
We see that a lot of large organizations have already started to move elements of their workloads onto the cloud. So it's not like the smaller guys are doing it and not the bigger guys. Yep. It's a question of need.
Thanks, Clement. That's all the time we have on Zidinet Cloud TV. It was great getting your help to break down some of the potential benefits of companies moving to cloud.
My pleasure, Ryan.